Well, everyone. You guys thought it would never happen. You guys thought I would never get my hands on the iPhone 11, but I did. Not joking. The Samsung Galaxy Fold, dude, nobody's really talking about it anymore, but I finally got my hands on one, so we're going to start doing these comparisons with the Samsung Galaxy Fold. Now, this thing, dude, I'm not gonna lie, I was messing with it, and honestly, it's a pretty crazy device in my opinion, dude. You can do a lot of crazy things with it. It's a little quirky, this is the first type of phone like this. I mean, the first round of phones. This one, the Huawei Mate X, those phones like that. But this one, dude, I think I could rock an iPhone that was like this. It's a little weird at first, but you guys already know the iPhone 11. I paid almost, I think, like 2,500 for this thing, which is pretty crazy, versus a 699 phone like this. So I want to see how they kind of compare. Obviously, every single which way, I think the Galaxy Fold might be better, but we can go ahead and see which one is the better one. All right, so looking on the front, it's a little different with the Galaxy Fold. So on the front of the Galaxy Fold, we have a 4.6-inch Super AMOLED display. This one is 720p. So it's like an HD display. You're not really going to ever use it. Unless you need to like quickly do something. It does all the functionality of pretty much the front screen. So if I play a game, you can still play games and everything with it, which is cool. The iPhone 11 though only has one display that's on the front, and this one is a 6.1-inch Liquid Retina IPS panel. So technically speaking, on the front display, the iPhone 11 kind of wins, but I still think that the OLED display is better on the front than the IPS panel on this. However, once you do open it, this is pretty much the main screen you're going to be interacting with. So I'm going to do this comparison like this. I'm not really going to look at that front screen. And between this screen and this screen, obviously the Samsung Galaxy Fold wins here. Pretty much whatever you're going to do with this phone, it's going to be really, really cool. And me, honestly, I like a bigger screen. I have to go switch to my 11 Pro Max. I like a bigger screen. I'm just kind of into the iOS ecosystem right now. But between both of these, you guys can probably tell over the screen that the iPhone 11, it doesn't even look that bad, honestly. Like if I go ahead and pull up some like colorful thing on here, like a game or something like that, like if you look at these displays, like honestly, it's a really, really good display on both of these. But I do think the Galaxy Fold kind of wins here. On the bottom, you can see we have a Lightning port on the iPhone 11 and a USB Type-C on the Galaxy Fold. The thinness factor, though, when it is open, you can see I do think the Galaxy Fold is just a little bit thinner than the iPhone 11. Not by much, though, but you can kind of see that there is a little bit of thinness going on with the Galaxy Fold. On the back, you can see a triple camera setup on the Samsung Galaxy Fold and a dual camera setup on the iPhone 11. And I'll do a camera comparison later on if you guys want to see that. And on the side, volume rocker, and really that's pretty much it. I was playing a game. Now that pretty much covers it up in terms of the outside. Really not one phone feels way more premium than the other, but I do kind of think maybe that the Galaxy Fold feels a little bit more premium. It's just a little bit more, finesse with it just because of that folding factor. It's literally one of the coolest things ever. And I'll be honest, the first time that I actually did it, I thought I was like about to break it. It's not like a super intuitive thing. It definitely feels like you're kind of breaking something around. So once you open it and close it, it just feels like you're kind of like scrunching things together, and it just seems like it's a little finicky. But again, this is like the first generation like this, so we'll just wait until the next one. In terms of that pretty much covers it. Now, there were some huge revelations the other day about software, and this is where we're moving into now. So the iPhone 11 has iOS 13. It's going to last for many, many more versions of iOS, so this thing's going to get support for a very long time. The Samsung Galaxy Fold, though, it's getting Android 9. It just got it. It's going to get Android 10. We just got that notification yesterday that Samsung is actually going to support it, but it's really weird because I don't think it's getting it immediately. I think it's coming out in like April or May or something, or even later than that. I'll put a screenshot if I remember to do it, but that's kind of ridiculous. You're paying however much. This is a multiple $1,000 phone. This is a $699 phone. Why are you going to get more software updates from a $699 phone than a almost $3,000 phone, dude? I'll be honest. I think it's kind of ridiculous in my opinion, and the fact that it took Samsung this long to even say that it's getting One UI 2 is really crazy. I don't know how the development community can develop ROMs for this thing. I don't know if it's different than another version of ROM, like on like a Pixel 4 XL because of one screen, but hopefully the development community does go out and kind of support ROMs for this thing too. But the thing is that not many people are going to get the Galaxy Fold. So a byproduct of that is that not many people are going to develop ROMs for this thing. So it's kind of a sad thing, but it's whatever, I guess, at the end of the day. But in terms of software, the iPhone 11 is pretty much going to knock this one out of the park any which way you look at it. So it's kind of sad, like I said, but what are we going to do about it, That pretty much covers that. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a speed comparison between both of these. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you the specs of both of them. The iPhone 11 has the Apple A13 Bionic chip, an Exo-core CPU, and 4GB of RAM, where the Samsung Galaxy Fold has a Snapdragon 855 chipset, an octa-core CPU, an Adreno 640 GPU, and 12GB of RAM. So let's go and see which one is the best one between both of these. Alright, now that we're back, it's a little blurry. There's some noise going on in the back. Let's go and start loading some of these basic apps up. Let's go and do Facebook. 3, 2, 1. As you can see, iPhone 11 immediately gets into it. And the first time you open it on a Galaxy phone, it always takes a long time. So let's do Netflix. 3, 2, 1. And you can see the iPhone 11 did get into it faster than the Samsung Galaxy Fold. Pretty interesting, especially when you consider the fact this is a $700 phone and this is a multiple, like $3,000 phone almost. Let's go ahead and do Temple Run. 3, 2, 1. And I will have to restart it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Temple Run again. 3, 2, 1. And let's go ahead and see which one is it. They're almost like a tie almost, dude, I'll be honest. And I do think the iPhone 11 was just a little bit faster. That was actually pretty surprising. I was not expecting that. It was like when the Temple Run sign came down, it was just like a split second faster on there. Fruit Ninja. 3, 2, 1. And again, the iPhone 11 is faster. It's just weird to me because the Galaxy Fold should technically be, I would imagine it would be faster, but that's so crazy that that is the case. It does not make any sense to me at all. Let's do Thank You. 3, 2, 1. And the Galaxy Fold did get into that one faster, thank goodness. I was about to say, if it was faster on the iPhone 11, I was about to sue Samsung. Snake versus Blocks. 3, 2, 1. And the Galaxy Fold did get into that one faster as well. I like how all the games are already pretty much like suited for the Galaxy Fold. I don't know about aspect ratios and all that, but I'm glad that they're pretty much the same exact, width and everything. Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. And the Galaxy Fold again is ahead, and I'm actually really happy about this. At first I was like, oh my god, I wish the iPhone 11 wasn't faster because you're spending more money on a Galaxy Fold. You want to maintain and make sure that phone is faster. So let's do stack. 3, 2, 1. It's looking like there's so many pop-ups with this that it's hard to determine which one is which, so I'm not even gonna count that. Let's do Twitter. 3, 2, 1. And they were almost the same. I'm not really too sure which one was faster. Bofa. 3, 2, 1. And you can see Android Galaxy Fold a little bit faster. iPhone 11 shortly after. Paper Out 2. 3, 2, 1. And the Galaxy Fold actually got into that one faster. Getting into some gameplay. Pretty much the same thing, nothing too crazy going on here. Let's end it off with the Real Racing 3. 3, 2, 1. And I think the iPhone 11 might win this one actually. As you can see, the iPhone 11 got into that, little playing area first. And then the Galaxy Fold should get into it eventually. As you can see, yeah, so I'm not really too sure which one was faster here, like in terms of the overall comparison. Sometimes the Galaxy Fold was faster, sometimes the iPhone 11 was faster, but I find it really weird that the iPhone 11 was even able to keep up, to be honest. Like, Samsung should do a better job at making sure the Galaxy Fold is like the fastest in its competition, you know what I mean? But I don't know. So that pretty much covers that, guys. Now let's go in and hit on the camera for a second. Now, I'll eventually do like a full-on in-depth comparison between both of these, so stay tuned to the channel. I know I'm not going to do too much in this video, but you have two 12 megapixel sensors on the iPhone 11 and two 12 megapixel sensors and a 16 megapixel ultra wide sensor on the Galaxy Fold. Between both of them, I think it's more so like the Galaxy S10, the same exact thing. I do think overall the Galaxy Fold will probably have the better quality, but I do think the iPhone 11 has, better video and audio capability. So between both of them, they're both really, really good. There's not one that like really screams to me. However, on the front, you can shoot 4K at 60 frames per second on the front camera of the iPhone 11, but only 4K at 30 frames on the Galaxy Fold. So not a crazy thing, but just a quick little thing, you know what I mean? Now, hitting on the battery life really quick as well. You might be surprised at me saying this, but I do think the Galaxy Fold will have the better battery life between both of these. The Samsung Galaxy Fold has a 4,380 mAh battery. The iPhone 11 has a 3,110 mAh battery. So between both of these, I think the Galaxy Fold will have the better battery life, more so because of its size and because of the size of the battery. But also you have to keep in mind it has to power that huge ginormous screen as well as that screen on the back sometimes. But even with that, I still think this Samsung Galaxy Fold will probably outlast the iPhone 11 between both of them. So that's pretty much it, man. There's really not much more to hit on. Again, these are two completely different beasts. They're not even shooting for the same market. But I do think it's kind of cool to see how much more of a phone you can get for, a $2,500 phone like this one is. I do think the iPhone 11 is by far the better value per dollar. This thing can do pretty much like 99% of what this thing can do. This thing is, you're just pretty much paying for the bigger screen at the end of the day, and that folding technology. It's a really cool thing. You can flex on a lot of people like that, but ultimately I don't think a lot of people need it, and it's just kind of like a gimmicky feature at the end of the day. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it would mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.